It's ups and downs in anything. Keep going, my nigga. It's better days. I damn near had to sacrifice everything. Keep going.
Ups and downs in anything. It's your boy Mellow, Risers and Fallers. TMG, you know what time it is, you know what time it be. Week 27, segment 27, depending on how you're taking us in. If you're listening on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. Instagram, make sure you follow us. You know, there's a Twitter there as well, and the link in our bio. If you want to listen to us audibly, there's Spotify, there's Apple Podcasts with the TMG boys. We're just trying to make it. So, you know, all help is welcome. But yeah, Rise and Followers, let's get started. Our first rise of the week has to be PSG, Paris Saint-Germain Football Club. Why, must you ask? Their transfer business has been very, very shrewd. And I say shrewd because they've been astute in their operations. And they arguably have had the best transfer window of all time, I must say. They won the lottery of a lifetime. The lottery of the lifetime they got Lionel Messi, arguably the greatest footballer to ever grace this earth. Arguably. On a free. They got him for peanuts. They got him for free. No transfer fee involved. I mean, they won the Messi sweepstakes 6 weeks ago. If you said Messi was leaving Barcelona after he was willing to take a 50% wage cut, no one would have believed you. And now he's a PSG player. I mean, they signed him on a 2-year deal. They paid him $25 million a season after tax. With a sign-on fee of $25 million, so it wasn't completely for a free year, because of course you have to pay wages, but there's no transfer fee involved. And to sum up PSG's work, because they've been putting in work, Leonardo and all the guys there in the backroom staff, sorry, not the front office, the guys up there making all the transfer deals happen. They got Donnarumma on a free. Arguably, well, right now might be the best goalkeeper in the world after his Euros, but he's definitely right up there. And, you know, he's only like 22, 23 at max. He's been around for a good 6 years, since he was 16. This guy's going to go from strength to strength and could arguably become the best goalkeeper of all time. No, sorry. Become one of the best goalkeepers of all time, if not the best, the way he's going. Definitely Italy got another top goalkeeper for another like 15 to 20 years. They got Ramos on a free. Some people, he's on one of the best defenders of all time. I'll give him that. He's in the top 20. I mean, some people say he's the number one, but regardless, he's one of the best defenders of all time, one of the most winningest players of all time, and he's a top player, really experienced, a good to great leader, and he can help change the culture of PSG Football Club and hopefully land them their first Champions League title. They got Gini Wijnaldum on a free, a very, very good midfielder. The Dutch boy goes up and down, great energy, can nick your goal, can be creative at times. They got him on a free, and he's a top talent, and he can add something to their midfield that I feel PSG were missing in terms of goals and a goal threat from the midfield. Of course, there's Messi, and they got Hakimi for 60 million euros, which is not bad. It's, you know, one of the best fullbacks / wingbacks in the world. Pretty young, 60 million euros. It's not that bad. You know, he's like 23-ish, so gonna get it for a while. But all those players for 60 million euros, they've basically robbed the bank. They've done some crazy stuff. But yeah, from football, we go to boxing. And the young, up-and-coming welterweight Vergil Ortiz, he continues his rampaging record. 18 wins, 18 fights, 18 KOs. And he overcame adversity and difficulty in this fight, as he went on to knock down Mean Machine 5 times in the fight after he was stunned and hurt in the second round. Yeah, his toughest test so far. Mean Machine put him through the ringer. Like I said, in the second round he was hurt and he was wobbled by a right hand and uppercut. He even went down after swinging and tripping off the bottom rope, which was ruled by the ref. But, you know, it shows that his equilibrium was kind of was distorted because, you know, he was hurt. So, and he was trying to fight his way out of it, and he ended up punching himself to the ground. I mean, he lost his balance with that swing. But in the third, he regained composure, regained control of the fight. He knocked down Mean Machine in the third round via a jab. It goes to show the power that this boy holds. And 4 more times in the 8th round to win the fight. What I would say about Vergil Ortiz, which I really do like, as you guys know, if you listen to me break down boxing before, you know I love a guy who commits to the body. They call him money in the bank, cash in the reserves, attack the body and the head will fall. It's a great saying in boxing, something that I completely adhere to. And that's what Vergil Ortiz did. I mean, when I used to play the boxing games, I'm going to get the next boxing games when it does come out. I'm going to give you my game plan. I'm going to attack your body because that stamina is going to go down. And when your stamina goes down, normal punches that, let's say they hurt, just put numbers in, let's say they hurt 2%. When your stamina is really low, that 2% can jump up to 10%. And you're going to be slow to try evade and, weave and you're slow to put your hands up and block. It has a knock-on effect. It has a domino effect. Attacking the body can be so rewarding. That's why I rate it so much. But yeah, it shows his full repertoire and his skills and a nous and a tactical understanding he can deploy at certain aspects of a fight. This is why I give him a huge credit for what he was able to do in that fight. And then we go from boxing back to football to one of my favourite players of all time. One of my favourite players of all time. I don't call him the best right back of all time. My guy Esco did in our little private conversation. It's not an egregious shout. He is in the conversation for sure. I'd probably say him and Lam is basically a toss-up for the best of their generation. For me, the best, just a disclaimer, the best fullback of all time, so the best right back of all time is Cafu. But that is Dani Alves, the guy I'm talking about. He cements his status as football's most decorated player ever. So he does have intangibles because wherever he goes, he wins. The trophy count, or the titles count, 44 or 45, depending on how you count the minor trophies in Brazil, whether you want to count them as major trophies, blah, blah, blah. Brazil can get a bit murky, we all know, with that sort of stuff. But after his Olympic win in Tokyo, as a 38-year-old, the legend himself, he's won another title. And now he's won trophies with Bahia in Brazil, Sevilla in Spain, Barcelona, of course, in Spain, Juventus, of course, in Italy, PSG in France, Sao Paulo in Brazil, and of course the Brazilian national team. I mean, it's a joy to behold. What I would say about Dani Alves, actually, it's a great point that my guy Esco brought up. He's the best attacking fullback probably of all time. Offensively, what he brings to the game, he's amazing. His passes, his crosses, his technique, the control, the flair. He's better than Marcelo attacking wise, even though Marcelo probably has more flair, but the whole offensive package. I mean, we'll see what Trent does. I mean, Trent's a very good passer and crosser, but Dani Alves has a bit more. You can pass and cross, he can dribble. I mean, Dani Alves could have been a good winger, and he could have played in midfield. I mean, he could have played in attacking midfield, in my opinion, at a lower division club or lower Premier League club or something like that. I mean, Dani Alves could play anywhere, basically. He was just that good. But from risers, we go to fallers. And my number one faller, my favourite boxer right now, he's down bad. Errol Spence Jr., the size. I was really looking forward to that fight with him and Manny Pacquiao. I mean, boxing, they've kind of robbed us recently of the major fights that we want to see. There have been a lot of delays. To be fair, COVID has played its part. I would admit that. But he had to pull out the fight against Pacquiao due to a torn retina. Hopefully he makes a full recovery because he's been through the wars in the last basically 2 years. Obviously with his horrific car crash. Thank God he was able to come out there and make a full recovery. But hopefully he makes another full recovery because I need to see Errol Spence fighting the guys at the top level. I need to see him fighting the likes of Terence Crawford. I need to see him fighting the likes of Pacquiao as well, if he can come back. I need to see him fighting those guys. I need to see him. What I do hope he does, it's a kind of a long shot, but not too long. Eventually, he goes to 154, gets a couple wins there, then 160, then maybe a catch weight with Canelo, something like that, in the next 3 to 4 years. But yeah, this was his moment for him to go up another superstar level, another rung up the ladder. I mean, would have been a passing of the torch moment. He was able to defeat Pacquiao. Yeah, boxing is down bad. We've got to look forward to Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley. That'll be a circus. But what I would say, just to play devil's advocate, maybe there is more to what meets the eye, pun intended, regarding this injury, because could it be an excuse? Because he seemed to come out absolutely nowhere. I don't seem to think that way because he had too much to gain. And yeah, Pacquiao was a threat, but Pacquiao's old. I don't see it, man. This doesn't add up to me, for me personally. But I will never rule it out completely. But that's what Bernard Hopkins wanted to put out there just in case. And when I was explaining it, I kind of understood where it's coming from, but I don't agree with it. But it's not impossible, put it that way. Next, we go to basketball. We go to the boy Dennis Schröder, DS. He has fumbled the bag. Not even the bag, a bag. He's fumbled a big bag. His fumble's been crazy. He had an option of 4 years, 84 million, which is 21 million a year. Damn, that's dollars, by the way. He had an offer on the table from the Lakers earlier on the season, but he refused it and now signs for $5.9 million, essentially losing $18 million for 1 year at the Celtics. He's been trolled heavily by the people out there. But hopefully he can recoup some of that 84 million down the line. His agent needs to answer questions because, boy, I don't know why they didn't take that deal. Only God knows, only time will tell. But he fumbled the bag. He fumbled a big bag. So from basketball, we go to athletics. And CJ Ujah, the athletic sprinter, 100-meter sprinter, has been done for doping. Wow. He has been provisionally suspended after tests showed the presence/use of 2 prohibited substances. Ujah was informed on Thursday of an adverse analytical finding, the presence/use of prohibited substance ostarine and S-23, which are selective androgen receptor modulators and help with building muscle, PEDs. Both are banned under the World Anti-Doping Agency's list of prohibited substances. In 2017, the US Anti-Doping Agency warned athletes that ostarine was appearing in tainted supplements. Techie. And he said, in his defense, to be absolutely clear, I am not a cheat, which he said in a statement to the PA news agency on the Saturday after this happened. Ujah can request an analysis of his B sample. Should that confirm the adverse analytical findings, the case will be referred to the anti-doping division of the Court of Arbitration for Sport. It's not looking good for my man CJ. I mean, he can be exonerated because it did happen to something similar happened to Dylan White when there was adverse findings in his A samples, but the B sample happened to clear him. And I'm hoping that's the case because obviously the British team, they won silver in a relay. And obviously he was part of that team. I believe he ran the first leg, yeah, he won the first leg. So if he gets found and convicted, then boy, the medals are gone. All the other 3 guys who put their blood, sweat, and tears for this moment, the opportunity is gone. But anyway, it's your boy Melo, TMG, Rise and Fallers. You know what time it is, you know what time it be. Make sure you follow us on the socials. You know what time it does. Just do your thing. Click a few buttons for your boy. At the end of the day, it's free. But yeah, and subscribe to, if you're watching us on YouTube, that's the most important. Arguably, or allegedly. But yeah, I'm out.